Good evening and welcome to Rebels Radio latest interview. I'm joined by Joint Manager Unders. How are you?
Good, thanks, John.
Looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, can't wait. It's been a long week. We just want, when things are going well, you just want a game to come around, and obviously it's a big one. And we've been and seen a couple of other games this week, and it just makes you want to get out there. So yeah, very much looking forward to it. These are the big games you want to be involved in, and it can't come soon enough, really.
How do you find watching? You've been, as you say, busy this week, out to Egham twice to watch playoff hopefuls. How do you find watching versus your team versus watching other teams?
Yeah, you can't beat it when it's your own team. It's important that we went and watched those games. Obviously we're hoping we get in the playoffs, and you need to know the teams that you could be playing as well as possible. So we took another look at Barton and another look at Kettering tonight. So if we get in the playoffs, we'll be well prepared. We'll know as much as we can about our opponents, and that's all you can do, really.
And following the results this week, are Daventry nailed on for the championship?
It's looking that way. They've done great, to be fair. We know how difficult it is playing the amount of games they've had to squeeze in, and they've done ever so well. To have the cup run that they've had, the FA Cup run. I think they won their county cup as well recently, and they just keep winning. You've got to hand it to them. They've, we always say whoever wins the league will deserve it. I think if it's them this year, they'll deserve it more than anybody. They've still got some games to win. It's not done and dusted. They've got a tough weekend, but they've been very professional this week, and they've got every chance of winning it now.
Thoughts on our own squad? What's the latest injury news in terms of Adam Cornell, Hatchett?
Adam's okay. We tried to get another game for Binfield on Tuesday, which he's done a few times recently, and I think it's done him some good. But he picked up a bit of a dead leg and he came off. But he took part in most of training last night, so he'll be fine. I think he'll be a little bit sore, but he'll be fine for Saturday. Scott Harris is starting to improve now. He's had 2 sessions with Kev this week, and he's getting close, so we think he can do some running over the weekend. So there's a chance, I keep saying if we're in the playoffs, then he could be involved in those, but it'll be touch and go.
Out these last 3 games, how many points do you need to be safe to get in those playoffs? Do you think 9, or would 7 do, or 6?
I think 7. I could be wrong, but I think 7 would be enough. 7 should be enough, but we want 9. We're trying to win every game. I think it's really important if you get in the playoffs that you do so on a run of form. We had an experience last year when we were at Godalming. We limped in a little bit, and I don't think that helped us when it got to the semi-final. So if we can win these next 3. Obviously, we're keen to get a home semi-final, and winning 3 games will give us a home semi-final. So that's in our own hands. So it is an advantage. You've only got to see the M25 again tonight to know that having to travel up to whether it's a Dunstable or a Rugby or whoever, you don't want to be doing that trip midweek. So we'd like to get ourselves in the 2nd or 3rd. We want to finish as high as we can. So we're going all out for 3 wins. It won't be easy. Obviously, it's never easy. 2 in 3 days. Rugby are a good side. Aylesbury have been a little bit up and down, but we know they're going to be up for the game. So it's going to be a tough weekend. Yeah,
and trying to break the hoodoo of getting 7 wins in a row. I know you've had a couple of runs with 6 so far this season. Both ended, unfortunately with losses at the end of those, but. What are you going to be saying to the boys ahead of what is a massive game? Do you need to say much, or are they all motivated?
To be fair, the boys have been brilliant. They've been motivating themselves. There's only so much, the team talks, I think, get a bit boring. You end up saying the same thing every week. We said it last week at Ashford. We asked them to go out and start brightly and work hard, and there's not a lot more you can do. They know how we play. They know their jobs. The team's not changing an awful lot. You don't have to say an awful lot. We're all up for it. We all want to win these games, and no, they shouldn't need much motivation come Saturday. I think we know how important it is. We're level with Rugby. We've got a better goal difference if we can go and beat them. it just puts that daylight there, and with only then a couple of games left, we should be all right if we win Saturday. So it's got a bit of a playoff game feel about it. We may even end up playing them again 10 days later. Who knows? But yeah, we need to keep winning. The confidence is there at the minute, and we want to get in the playoffs, and we want to do so on a high. And to do that, we need to go and beat Rugby on Saturday.
Are there any key areas of the pitch where you're going to be monitoring battles, or any specific words of advice for any players?
Well, they're very good up front. Everyone knows about Kolodinsky. He's the top scorer in the league. We like Lake Gaskin, who plays up front with him as well. So they're very quick, got good movement, very lively. I think our centre halves will know about them. Certainly, Guy Hollis will know about them. So a gentle reminder about their qualities. But they're a good side. They play good football. They've had a bit of a stutter recently, but I'm sure they're going to be. They'll see it as a chance to get above us. So it's a massive game for them as well. So it's going to be tough. It'll be a tough game for us, but it'll be a tough game for them as well.
Who's going to be skippering the side in Fowler's and Woosley's absence?
I think it's going to be Guy Hollis. Guy's done it for us a few times in the past. There's a few candidates. I think Jamie McClurg is one. But I think you look at certain players play a certain way, whether they're captain or not. Jamie's certainly one of those. He wears his heart on his sleeve. His work rate's incredible, and he inspires people around him. He'll do that with or without the armband. Some players you just get a little bit more out of them. They just rise to the occasion a little bit, I think, when they're made captain. And Guy's certainly done that a few times for us in the past. So we think that will be with. We'll give Guy the armband Saturday, and it's not the biggest deal. I know people are all interested in who's going to be made captain. It's not the biggest deal. We want every player on the pitch to be a leader. But Guy's had a fantastic season. He leads by example as well. He may not be always the loudest, but he's a real presence at the heart of the defence. And he'll take the armband on Saturday.
Sorry. Who for you up front is going to be your number one star on Saturday? Do you think, is this the game that Johnny Dara suit Ed Smith?
To be fair, the two of them are on fire at the minute. It's not about one of them being the main man. We don't care who gets the goals. If we win 1-0 and Jake Somerville scores, I'll be delighted. It really doesn't matter. I mean, the two of them, their goal scoring record is fantastic. They do combine very well as a pair. In the early part of the Ashford game last week, they were pretty unplayable, to be honest. And they've probably not played as many games together this season as they would have liked. Obviously Scott Harris has been well involved and had a lot of games. Adam Cornell had a spell in the team, and Eddie and Johnny have both missed little chunks of the season as well. So they've hit a rich vein of form between them, and we're hoping, at the minute they're two of the first names on the team sheet, and we're just hoping that their goals can carry us to promotion. We've got 98 goals in the league. We're top scorers in the league by I think about 8 goals, which is a great achievement so far. It means nothing obviously if we don't get up, but we like to play attractive attacking football. And I think when we came to the club, we said we were going to score goals, and we've done that. And we set ourselves up in a very attacking way. And so don't care who gets the goals. It's all about getting the win Saturday.
And Fowler had his operation yesterday, I believe. Any news, or how did it go?
Yeah, we spoke to him. He was in good spirits on the day of the op on Wednesday. He was told everything went really well, no complications, which is great. He's home now. He's quite sore, obviously, as to be expected. I know he wanted to be there on Saturday. We'll have to see how he is, whether he can get down there. But no, the operation was a success, and as I know we've said before, Fowler's attitude is fantastic. He'll do every exercise that he's given to do. He'll be starting his rehab as quick as he can, and we hope to see him back as quickly as possible.
And finally, what are you going to do on your Friday? Normally, I guess you don't get a Friday to yourself to kind of kick your heels back and think, and the clock must go very slowly on a bank holiday Friday.
Yeah, it's gonna drag. I think I've got a bit of gardening to do Friday, so hopefully the sun will be out and outside. But yeah, I mean the thoughts are always on the football. So yeah, it can't come soon enough. But I'm pretty sure Friday will drag. But having 2 games in 3 days over the weekend is, the players don't always like it. It's tough for them, but I know me and Bakes love it. We'd want a game every 3 days if we could throughout the season. We just love being at football, love being in and around the changing room. So yeah, Easter weekends are great from a football point of view.
Well, thank you very much for your time and once again allowing the Slough fans to have an insight into the management team. Best of luck for the weekend, and I hope to speak to you after the Hayes game early next week when Slough have got 6 more points and almost cemented their place in the playoffs.
You mean after the Aylesbury game?
Aylesbury, yeah. I'm having a shocker. Sorry, boys.
Yeah, will do. Cheers, John.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.